Now, maybe I'm making this video too early, but I don't give a shit, to be honest. I wanted to talk about this because I truly do believe this. I believe I watched the tape, and every little bit of me is telling me Ilia Topuria, El Matador, he's going to make it easy against Max Holloway. And I'm sorry to say it, I know Ilia Topuria comes off like a bit of a douchebag. But the guy's fucking really fucking good. Like, let's just not sugarcoat it. The guy is really good. And that's not to say Max Holloway isn't good either. Obviously, Max Holloway is one of the greatest fighters of all time. One of the greatest featherweights. Arguably, to be fair, there has been four champs. So, they're all in quite great concession there. Like, they're all in great company at featherweight. But I really do think Ilia Topuria is going to win this fight. Now, I know people are going to see that Justin Gaethje fight and they're going to just assume, well, he knocked out Justin Gaethje. That means he's going to go in there and knock out Ilia Topuria. No. No. They are nothing alike in that fight. There's nothing that you can take from that Justin Gaethje fight. At least nothing positive to convince yourself that Max Holloway is going to beat Ilia Topuria. Now, what do I mean by that? Yes, Max Holloway knocked him out, but Max Holloway does amazing against taller opponents. What is Justin Gaethje? He's at least the same size, maybe a bit taller. They're very even in height. But against the shorter guys, against like the Ilia Topurias, the Alexander Volkanovskis, obviously 3 of those 7 losses are to Volkanovski. Should have lost to Leonardo Garcia. Leonard? Fuck, man. Leonard, I think Leonard Garcia, back in the day, the legend of the sport. He just doesn't seem to do as good against these short guys because of the way he fights. He fights very up straight. And these guys, their movement as well, these smaller guys. Like, I think Chad Mendes could have gave Max Holloway a good fight, prime for prime. That's an opinion I've had for a very long time. I think Max Holloway would probably have beat Chad Mendes because Chad Mendes was known for gassing out, but it would have been a tough fight. Like, even Frankie Edgar, while he didn't win against Max Holloway, he still gave him a pretty competitive fight when you think about it. Like, especially that was Frankie Edgar coming off getting KO'd by Brian Ortega like 2 fights before that, I believe. Which, just looking at it, these shorter guys, they just seem to have the style for a Max Holloway. And Ilia Topuria is not like a Frankie Edgar. Like, I don't want to shit on Frankie Edgar, one of the legends of the game, but that was a past his prime Frankie Edgar as well. Ilia Topuria is just that next level athlete. He's that next level fighter. This guy, a lot of people don't realize, Ilia Topuria, yes, he's got some of the best boxing in the world, but if you go watch his early fights, he could not box. He was a grappler. He was a Greco-Roman wrestler and a jiu-jitsu black belt, I believe. He was just a grappler at that time. He was taking people down. He was destroying them. But he really did develop his hands as his MMA career went. Now he is, in my opinion, probably the best boxer in MMA. The guy's hands are great. And I know people say Max Holloway is one of the best strikers. He is an amazing striker. Don't get me wrong. But Ilia Topuria, I just think he's on another level with the boxing. But, enough dick riding, dick fucking grazing out of the way. I do think Ilia Topuria is going to win this fight for multiple reasons. Firstly, you just got to look at the stature, like I mentioned. Normally, you'd say, oh, he's shorter, that means he's going to get bashed. But in MMA, stuff like this, being shorter is actually an advantage. Like an Ilia Topuria, I think, could give an Islam Makhachev a tough fight because of his height. But for a Max Holloway, I also think it's even a better advantage against a Max Holloway because these Max Holloway just can't get his style off. He can't tee off on these shorter guys like he can, like a Justin Gaethje. Even like Jose Aldo did give Max Holloway some problems in their fights. Like, people act like it was just a complete steamrolling, but like Jose Aldo did do some good shit in their fights. It's just Max Holloway's cardio and pressure got to him. But I don't think that's going to work against Ilia Topuria. Ilia Topuria, great leg kicks. People think he is just a one-dimensional boxer, but you go watch his fights. You go watch that Volkanovski fight. It wasn't just him boxing up Volkanovski or anything like that. It was the leg kicks that got Volk pressing him, that got him pressed up against the fence. He was landing very heavy leg kicks and calf kicks. They really heavily bruised the leg of Alexander Volkanovski, and Volk is a guy who just goes in there and boot, just fucking boots all these guys in the legs over and over again. But his legs were getting fucking destroyed. Like, I don't know what's in Ilia Topuiria's calves, his legs, but the guy can kick mighty fucking hard. And I think he is going to kick Max Holloway's calf and leg in multiple times. I think it's going to be there. Max Holloway doesn't check kicks at all. He's got that. People used to call him the third Diaz brother. I mean, he's got the fucking not checking leg kicks part of his game right there. I do think that's going to be a big weapon for Ilia Topuria. I think he's going to land that early. He's going to keep throwing that leg kick. Then the boxing. This is where it gets interesting. Something I've noticed against Max Holloway is nobody ever goes to the body. Ilia Topuria will 100% go to the body. He is going to unload on Max Holloway's body. And with a guy like Max Holloway, who's got one of the greatest chins in UFC history, I would say has the best chin, just because of all the hard hitters. And technically, he didn't get knocked down by Justin Gaethje, but he did. But he still just survives. He doesn't get badly hurt, even when he is close to getting dropped. I think that Ilia Topuria is going to badly beat up the body of Max Holloway and the calf, which is a good thing to have against like a pressure striker like Max Holloway. You know, Max Holloway is going to be trying to move forward. You kick up his leg, he's not going to be able to press forward as much. You mess up his body, his cardio is going to wilt. Because a guy like Max Holloway, some of the greatest cardio, but you keep hitting him to the body. I don't care how fucking powerful or durable you are, you're going to fucking start feeling those body shots after a while. I think Ilia Topuria is going to really invest to the body and the legs. He's going to also go up top. Max Holloway, very hittable. Defense isn't the best. I think he's going to really badly beat up Max Holloway. I think this is going to look very similar to Alexander Volkanovski versus Max Holloway 3. As in, I think it's just going to be a generational beating. Now, will Ilia Topuria knock out Max Holloway? I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. But if anyone was to knock him out, especially in that featherweight division, I do think it'd be a guy like Ilia Topuria. I think he really could just badly beat Max Holloway. But Max Holloway just... I'm done questioning his chin because he just seems to always fucking survive. But he is getting older. He has taken an insane amount of damage. Ilia Topuria, you know, is a hard-hitting guy. But he's not just a hard-hitting guy. He's also a very technical guy as well. Great technique. Just the way his movement is so fluid as well in there. I just don't think Max Holloway is going to be able to get his game going. I think Ilia is going to be able to badly beat him up. He's going to bruise up that calf. And the thing is, he can mix in grappling if he really wants to. Now, Max Holloway has amazing takedown defense. Some of the best takedown defense. But I think if his calf is getting booted up, if his body's getting abused, and, you know, he's just seeing all these big shots coming, the takedown is going to catch him off guard, especially with a guy like Ilia Topuria, who, for all extents and purposes, is known as a striker. But if anyone who's followed Ilia Topuria's career knows that the man is not just a striker, he's one of the most well-rounded fighters. But he's just... a lot of well-rounded fighters, you'll be like, oh, they're not really great anywhere, but they're good everywhere. Ilia Topuria is just fucking amazing in the striking, but he's not even mainly a striker. He's got very good grappling. He could honestly be the first person to properly knock down Max Holloway, and I could see a club and sub, to be honest. I don't think he'll knock him out, but I could see him rocking Max Holloway and then latching up a Das. Like, he's got so many submissions. You look at Ilia Topuria, like, I think he has more subs than he does knockouts as well. Or at least he did at one point. Maybe not now. No, yeah, he's still got more submissions. You look at his triangle as a shorter guy as well is impressive. Rear naked. I know these aren't against like the greatest guys, but rear naked, guillotine, mounted guillotine, anaconda choke, triangle armbar. Like, this is some crazy shit he's fucking getting off. Then obviously arm triangle choked Bryce Mitchell. He almost had a Das on Yusuf Salal back in the day. It's just the well-roundedness of Ilia Topuria. There is just so much for Max Holloway to watch out for. While Max Holloway, he really only has one path to victory, which is the striking, obviously. He's not going to go out there and wrestle fuck Ilia Topuria. I fucking guarantee you that won't happen. He's not going to submit Ilia Topuria, I don't think. He does have a sneaky good guillotine, but I don't think Ilia Topuria is going to get caught in that. He's a shorter guy as well. It's going to be a bit harder to get on a shorter guy like Ilia Topuria. Especially if he jumps a guillotine, Max, that would be a fucking bad idea, because I do think Ilia Topuria would just beat him up on the ground and get out of it. But this just seems like a monster nightmare matchup. And I know people are not going to like this video because people love Max Holloway. And he looked amazing against Justin Gaethje. But that's lightweight. That's him not killing himself. He's cutting down to this weight class. His power isn't as evident. I know he knocked out the Korean Zombie, but so did Volk. And people act like Volk has pillow hands. I just see Ilia Topuria really putting a bad beating on Max Holloway here. And I have a pretty good track record in Max fights. I did pick Justin Gaethje, to be fair, so that was my mistake. But I knew it could be very close. But a lot of people picked Arnold Allen against Max Holloway. I knew that was a Max Holloway win all day, because Arnold Allen slows down. Ilia Topuria doesn't. I know people are going to bring up that Yusuf Zalal fight. Very, very short notice where he did slow down. But we seen him go 5 hard rounds against Josh Emmett. And it was just him battering the fuck out of Josh Emmett. And we know he's got a good chin as well, because he took big shots from Josh Emmett in that fight. Took a head kick from Jai Herbert up a weight class. He's been head kicked a lot. That is a path where Max Holloway could maybe get him with a head kick, but I think Ilia Topuria, I'm sure his team know that Max Holloway does throw that head kick. He did catch Volkanovski with it in the second fight and dropped into a knee. I just think Ilia Topuria is probably, he sort of knows what to expect from a Max Holloway, while Max Holloway is going to go in there expecting, a stand and bang boxing match, but the kicks are going to come at him. He can wrestle if he wants to. He's going to batter up that body. We don't know how Max Holloway is going to take these body shots. One clean shot on the liver from Ilia Topuria, Max Holloway could just, he could get knocked out right there. But I'm going to go decision. I think Ilia Topuria is going to get a decision here over Max Holloway. I think he's going to really badly beat him up. We're going to see him battered and bruised. But I would be honestly shocked. If Ilia Topuria knocks out Max Holloway, no man on this fucking planet 145 pounds and under is beating Ilia Topuria. Because I just don't know how the fuck... If a guy like Holloway isn't going to be able to take his shots, then yeah, you better go fucking... Go to wrestling school. Because that's your only path. And even then, Ilia Topuria will just fucking snatch up your neck. Guillotine you, fucking anaconda choke, it doesn't matter. He'll get you. But I know it sounds like I'm glazing, but it's just I watched the tape on this fight and I just can't see a world where Ilia Topuria loses. Which is crazy to say because Max Holloway is so fucking good. He's one of the greatest featherweights of all time. It's just that I think Ilia Topuria is that next level. Like, beating Alexander Volkanovski, I know people are going to act like just because Volk got KO'd by Islam, that, that was just post-KO Volk, and, if Islam didn't, head kick him, Volk would have won. I don't really know if I do believe that. I don't think Volk in any circumstances would be eating that shot against the fence that he took against Ilia Topuria that knocked him out. That shot would KO fucking welterweights, in my opinion. That shot was a fucking, precise, pure power, and he took him out. Now, when I look at it that way, the guy's got some fucking amazing power, but Volk, maybe, one thing I will look at it this way, maybe Volk, if he wasn't coming off that KO to Islam Makhachev, he wouldn't have been so easily pressured. Normally Volk's pretty good at keeping the center and not getting pressed against the fence. Maybe that KO made him a bit hesitant, a bit worried, and that's why he was pressed up against the fence. But I also think those calf kicks were real good of Ilia Topuria. And I think even the Brian Ortega fight's another good example. I know Max Holloway battered the shit out of Brian Ortega. He made him look silly, helped him block. But you watch that fight, and Brian Ortega was landing some good combos, and these are types of shots that Ilia Topuria lands. And the only difference is Ilia Topuria has fucking lights out knockout power. And Ortega does hit hard, but Ilia Topuria, man, is just next level power. I'm worried for Max Holloway. I think he's gonna get badly beaten up here. I think his Hawaiian fucking Polynesian chin will hold up because those guys are tough. You know, Pacific Islanders, they can take a shot. But if I don't even know, to be honest. If he has that shot that Volk got landed on him by Ilia Topuira, I think he could put Max Holloway out cold. I'm not gonna lie, but I think Max will be pretty smart here against Topuria. Maybe try and not press against the fence, but I think he's still going to get landed on over and over again. His calf is going to get booted up. And once his calf's like done and he's just getting pressed against the fence, I think it's going to look fucking brutal. I think this is going to be a bad beating by Ilia Topuria. But that's my prediction, early prediction. Who knows? Maybe I'll watch someone else. I changed my mind. But yeah, I think Ilia Topuria is going to make this look relatively easy. I do truly believe Max Holloway versus Alexander Volkanovski free level beating coming, but no knockout in my opinion. No finish, maybe a doctor stoppage, but no like proper knockout I don't think is going to happen. But that's my prediction. Let me know why you disagree with this in the comment section below and why you think Max Holloway is going to kill Ilia Topuria in one round. And I'll see you guys next time. And make sure you subscribe because I'm so close to 1K. Alright, see you guys. Peace.